Welcome everyone. Hope you had a great week and you are looking forward to having a fantastic weekend. Today's video is going to be about 6 life decisions that you don't want to mess up. I want to be a little careful about saying 6 life decisions that you don't want to mess up, because I do believe that with the right frame of mind, we can rebound from anything. So understand that what I share with you today really is based off of decisions that are big decisions that you may want to avoid making a mistake in, although you can rebound if you do make a mistake. And I even hate to use mistakes because we all have a different definition of what a mistake is. But these are decisions you may want to avoid making the wrong decision, because it can cost you a couple of things, mainly time and money. And to me, those are 2 big areas that I value. I value my time, and therefore I respect other people's time. I also place a lot of value on money. Yes, I do. I know some people could judge that as negative, but I really work hard for my money, and I work hard at saving and investing my money because I value it. So what we value will show up. So again, if anything that I share today is something that you made the wrong decision or you're in a different place today because you rebounded, great, awesome, because again, with the right frame of mind, we can always rebound. But I am sure that if you encountered any of these life decisions and something had to change, it did cost you some time, probably a little bit of stress, and some money as well. So there you have it. 6 life decisions you want to avoid making the wrong decision in. Let's start with number 1, and that is what you choose as your college degree. What you choose to major in college is not a decision that you really want to make the wrong decision if you can avoid it. Now again, this isn't maybe as impactful as some other areas, but if you spend money going towards a certain major because you plan on working in that profession, and you decide along the way that this really isn't what I want to do, it's probably going to cost you time and money. So if you can avoid it and you can have clarity around what you would like to major in, that's key. And the sad thing about that is most people do not leave high school really truly knowing what they would like to do. Some do, many don't. And it's really not based off of what you're good at or what your interests are. There's so many other things to consider when you are thinking about what profession you would like to go into or what you would like to do as a career. Do I want to work in a field where you work holidays and weekends? Very important to consider something like that. Do I want to work in a career where I work nights? Because if you're planning on having a family and you don't want your hours to include holidays, weekends, and evenings, that may determine what you choose as your major. So parents, really talk to your kids with a lot of the real deep components to choosing what they major in college and what they plan to do with their career and profession, because it's not all about where you're being tugged and pulled, what your interest is or what you're good at. You have to look at what's the long haul here and how is this going to work for me later on in life when I have a family. What type of income am I looking at as far as my future? So I don't want to get too far off the beaten path with choosing the correct major for you. But this is a decision that if you can avoid not making the wrong one early on. It could save you time and money. Number 2 is really piggybacking off of number 1, the career you choose. Now again, we can rebound and we can change careers, but if you can avoid that and put your time in somewhere, putting time in is often going to provide more holidays. You eventually could make more pay. So there's a lot of things that have to do with career. If you are making a change in your 20s and then in your 30s and you're moving from this company to that company and bouncing here and there, sometimes you're starting fresh. Not always. Again, don't read into things and take things personally what I'm sharing, because you have to apply what I'm saying to how it could impact your life, or if you have children that are going to be adults, how you can talk to them about some of these decisions so that you can help them navigate so that they can avoid making the wrong decision. So just be careful with that. Really look at, what do I want my career to be? And when I get into a company, what do I see the long-term ROI, return on investment? Number 3, the person you marry. If you can avoid not making a mistake in this area, boy, I think it will pay off. Again, do people rebound if they go through a divorce? Yes. But I'd love to hear that it didn't come with a lot of time, stress, and money. So if you can avoid it, if you could avoid making what some people would say a mistake the first time around. Now again, I'm not saying anyone made a mistake. It's however you see it. We all view mistakes differently, but if you could have avoided that, maybe you would have. I am sure when you talk to your children, if they're considering marrying someone, you have some belief that they're going to be with this person forever. And if you didn't feel that they were, because there were red flags, you would probably tell them this isn't a mistake that you want to make, because down the road, children can be involved, homes are involved, things are being divided and split, co-parenting. A lot of stress, money, and time comes with going through a divorce and starting again on your own. If you can avoid this, by golly, I would encourage you to do so. Number 4, the home you choose to buy. Again, this goes back to return on investment. We build equity in our home and then we're paying it down. So really think about what you are getting yourself into. You don't want to be a prisoner to your mortgage payment. That's going to be something that is going to end up costing you a lot of money and a lot of stress, I'm sure, because if you're living tight, because your mortgage payment is so high, because you have this big, beautiful home on the water or whatever, don't take that the wrong way. People just do. But whatever it may be, really consider what you are getting into. Your home is your sanctuary, and of course, it should be what you love and where you want to live and raise your family, have your grandkids come to, but just understand that it's not everything it's cracked up to be. There's many other things in life. So really consider the home you buy. Also, if you're moving around, if you're purchasing your dream home at my age, 49, I don't know. I guess we would have to hope that that's a good financial decision, and it may be. But for many people, it's not a great financial decision, and they may have just compromised their retirement years. So really think about the home that you purchase, not a decision that you want to make a mistake in. Number 5, when and how many children you have. May not seem like something big to many people, but you're looking at a mother of 5, and I would say it's something to consider. So 2 different things, timing and how many, because raising children is stressful at times, although it's wonderful as well. It's also very costly, so if you don't have a lot of resources, you may want to consider how many children you have. Not everyone is going to agree with me on this, but I'd love to probe that and challenge that a little bit, because When we're stressed about money because we can't barely put food on the table, you better believe that the children will be impacted. So really consider how many kids you're going to have. Also, if your spouse, the father of the children, is not real hands-on, let's say he travels a lot. Let's say with his line of work, he travels often, he's not home a lot. So therefore, all the parenting is all going to fall into your hands. Having 4 or 5 children, even 3, may be too much for you. So it's something to think about. Timing also plays a role. If you're married and you're living in an apartment and you don't see yourself getting out of there anytime soon, you may feel it's in your best interest to wait. I don't know. I don't have those answers, but these are decisions that are big decisions that you want to consider and you want to communicate and talk about and have that dialogue with your partner, with your spouse. Also, timing. If you're not married and you're sexually active, you really need to think about, do I really want to have a baby right now out of wedlock? Where do I see this relationship going? Again, yes, can we rebound? I mean, I look at problems and challenges are just opportunities. What's the opportunity here? But sometimes there's an opportunity of what do I need to learn so that I don't make this mistake moving forward. Again, frame of mind. We can come back from anything. A setback is only an opportunity for a comeback. But again, if you can avoid some of these, it's going to be in your best interest, is my thoughts. It's going to be in your best interest. Again, many of you have faced these challenges and you know the time, money, and stress that took place as a result of going through maybe a little bit of a hardship or a decision that maybe didn't pan out or serve you. Number 6, planning for retirement. Boy, the earlier you can do this, the better. Don't avoid planning for your retirement. Don't avoid it. From the time you have that paycheck coming in, it's something to think about. Because what happens is when that time comes, it shows. It shows who planned for their retirement and who didn't. And not that we should be concerned about other people, but understand you don't want to be 49 years old and you haven't even started the process of planning for retirement. Not to say it can't happen, not to say that I couldn't get started. It's never too late. But by golly, if you started when you were 29, you're on the right path. So don't avoid planning for retirement. It's really a big error that you often see because people generally are living above their means and therefore they don't have the resources to invest or save for their retirement. And often it is something that a lot of people will regret down the road. I really don't like the word regret. Recently, I did a Q&A, and one of the questions that was presented to me is do I have any regrets? And I had shared that I really don't, but I believe it's based off of the decisions that I made. And when I look at the 6 decisions that you really don't want to mess up on, I feel that I didn't really mess up on those. Again, not that I wouldn't rebound. I know myself and I know my frame of mind, and I am the type that would rebound from something like that. And we make decisions all throughout our life that, oh, I wish I would have done that different, or wow, I learned from that. But it's those really big decisions that you don't want to mess up on. And I have a bonus one just to throw in there. This one, whether or not you're going to get a pet, especially a dog. Now, I know people that have dogs, they love their dogs. I get it. I have a grand pup now, and I absolutely love Norman. I can't imagine him not being in our family. But I do believe it's a big decision because dogs are in your life for a long time. So look at where you are in your life. Where do I currently live? Where do I see myself in 5-10 years? Because I can still have this pet. Cats are the same way. Dogs maybe take a little bit more work. Am I getting ready to retire and want to travel? My husband and I would never get a dog right now it would be the furthest from being in our best interest, because we're starting to travel. So we don't want to be tied down, and we certainly don't want to turn around all the time having other people care for our dog, or having to put it in some type of facility, kennel, or whatever, because we're traveling. So it wouldn't be fair to the dog, and it wouldn't be in our best interest. So before you jump the gun on any of these things, just really consider, where do I see myself in the future? There's a timing. Same with, just like kids, there's a timing. There's a timing for pets as well, and you really have to look at return on investment, and where do I see myself in 5 years, 10 years. So there you have it, 6 life decisions, and the bonus about a pet. Just things to consider, because if you can avoid messing up a little bit, it's going to save you. Probably the gray hair may not come as soon, and it may save you some money, and it certainly may save you some time. So I'm sure other people could think of many other big life decisions, but I know in our home, when we talk to our girls, our 5 daughters, these are the things that we really tell them. You don't want to make that impulsive decision. You really want to think it through. You want to process. Let's have a conversation about this. At the end of the day, all of these decisions are your own to make, just like they will be for your children. You just help navigate so that they don't make some mistakes along the way, if it can be avoided, right? Why not avoid a mistake if you can, or something that you may go, right? I think we can all agree with that. So thanks for joining me. Hopefully this was helpful. Also want to share with you that 1 week from today, I'm hosting a parenting class on Zoom with Coach Christine. Christine is one of the coaches of Hensel Coaching and Consulting. This class, again, will take place next Friday, July 24th at 10 o'clock Eastern Time on Zoom. Coach Christine and myself will be sharing an informative having to do with parenting for an hour, and then afterwards we will be answering your questions for about 30 minutes. So let me share just a little bit more about this class. The class is more for the ages of tweens to teens, parenting with purpose, raising conscious and well-rounded children. During this live educative, we'll discuss attitudes, boundaries, rules, and consequences, talking to your kids, social media and friends, warning signs that trouble is present, and my favorite that I always share, phasing yourself out of a job, because as parents, that's exactly what we are doing. We are phasing ourselves out of a job, so when they leave the nest, they're fully capable to adult and make these big decisions on their own, and it will come easier if they have good parenting, if they have conscious and aware parents who are very involved in directing them in the right way. If parenting stresses you out and you want to bring more joy and happiness to your home, be sure to join Christine and myself next Friday on Zoom. All right, there you have it. Also, link will be provided in the drop-down box below for you to register for that class. There will be a whole slew of videos pertaining to today's topic, so be sure to check that out. And don't forget, as always, the top link will take you to the corresponding blog post where you will get more details. Also, outfit and beauty details are always included as well. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you Monday right here on YouTube. Take care. Have a good weekend.